Well, we have a sunny day in California, July 21st, 2016, just after the end of AIM Games K1, our very first inaugural global aiming challenge for experts in the aiming arts and sports throwing. Here it was our first knife throwers challenge from 2 meters, a global challenge that was called K1 for our first knife contest. We had over 180 entries. Our rules video was translated into over 9 languages, at least 9 that we know of. Very exciting there. In fact, our top 20 contain representatives of 7 nations, really showing the participation and community that has supported the AIM Games and K1 these 2.5 months since we began the contest. So here we have our prizes, and I want to congratulate our winners of the event. Mr. Pat Minter from Hawkins, Texas took number 1. The 30-year-old TV throwing knives I used to have on the Shop at Home channel and some of my early trainers, those knives there on the left, are going to Hawkins, Texas, to Pat Minter for his first place prize. On the right, you can see the 3 knives, also from that same era on the top, are going to our 3rd place prize winner, Mr. Christopher Miller of Huntsville, Texas. Texas did very well in this global challenge. I'll go and retrieve that. Oh, there's Pat Minter, just blew away, but he's holding tight on my deck. In any case, the 5 knives on the lower right graciously were given from the 3rd place prize down to 4th and will be sent up to Canada to Mr. Neil Keller of Calgary, Alberta, who amazingly threw 156 consecutive throws in a row into the same 4-inch circle. Mr. Miller did 165. I threw 274 in getting 2nd place, but I am prize exempt. I throw only for the records. Probably my only decent event in the AIM Games to come will be this one, compared to so many great throwers around the world. The 2-meter line is probably something that is one of my specialties, but with K2 and the other tournaments going on, I don't think this will see me up here too often. And our winner is Pat Minter with 368 consecutive. Let me say that again in the right way. Mr. Pat Minter threw 368 times with the same knife into the same 4-inch wooden bullseye from beyond 2 meters without a miss. He stuck all 368 in a row. It just seems unfathomable that such a thing could be done. Even saying this by me, who did 274, I know how difficult this is. You have to be just absolutely not only in the right mind, but do what seemingly is impossible. And Pat did this in a way that would just seem incredible beyond even that, and that is that in order to accommodate loss of battery in being able to throw so many in a row without a break, we allowed Pat and others who would run into such a scenario to cover their target in a way with various pieces of tape and marking it with signature so that it could, and then having it cut off one time with a knife so that it could only be done one time and you could continue. Well, Mr. Minter got up after 180 throws and setting his battery and recharging and going through the whole thing probably one day to another, and came right back to that same spot and then threw another 188. Just remarkable. Anyway, on to our drawing. This is for this rare book, 1978 first edition, The Knife Makers Who Went West. It's part of our prize package for K1. We're also going to give away a couple of our custom AIM Games throwing hearts. So you throw your heart into it, throwing hearts that were handmade up for us up in Alaska by a seamstress family up there. We're very pleased to start passing these around the world, encouraging folks to aim and aim and aim. Keep practicing it, all you do. So we're going to, what I've done is put everyone's name on these cards as you see. I'm going to go fetch the one for Mr. Minter. Alright, so what I've got here are these cards with the names of our winners and their scores on each one. So Each of our top 10 gets 2 entries into this drawing, and our 11 through 20 get 1 entry apiece, as per the original rules. I am prize exempt, so it lowers the pool of top 10 entries to 9, actually. So there's 18 entries, 2 apiece, for each of these following names, and then 1 apiece for the other 10, and a total of 28 entries into this drawing. And here we have Pat Minter, Christopher Miller, Neil Keller of Calgary, Alberta, Mr. Justin Fox, just north of here, Lakeport, California, Andy Fisher, our highest scorer from Norwich, Norfolk, England. I should say the small and lovely town of Norwich. He does it better. He's the host of the Thrown In podcast, and I've had a pleasure of doing that show, and that's part of the entry, the description at the beginning of the show. Norwich, a small and lovely town in England, something like that. Well done, Andy, with a 92 in a row. Charlie Hard, our highest scorer from the nation of Indonesia, a widespread nation with many entrants. It was very impressive to see what they did. And Charlie had numerous entries, continually impressed and increased his score from Bandung, Indonesia. Mr. Richard Sunderland, a fantastic world-class thrower out of Halifax, West Yorkshire, England, through 69 consecutive. Very well done, sir. Using a very fast and accurate style. Unique. James Arthur Brown, an expert thrower from Bekasi, Indonesia, 9th place with 46 consecutive throws. And Ashley Jack, our highest female scorer, Lakeport, California, just north of here, did very well. 10th place with 46 in a row. We're very proud in knife and tomahawk throwing, in the sports throwing world of martial arts, that we do not differentiate men and women in our contests. Our men and women proudly throw side by side, and in fact, we've had numerous world championships won by female throwers, including Jillian Sittler winning the World Championship of Speed Throwing just this past year in Austin, Texas. Melody Cuenca out of Las Vegas has won numerous speed throw championships. Jillian won the fast draw. Really, really well done, and a fantastic sport for both men and women, as we've seen many, many times in international competitions. Now, as mentioned, I've got everyone's name on here one time and shown, and I've done the same thing here. I've got all 9 of the same entrants repeated again as an entry in this tournament, in this drawing. So that's our stack of 18, and now we'll do the roll call of our top 20 great throwers. Mr. Randall Bo McNeese out of Vernon, Alabama, an excellent and expert thrower. I chuckle every time I get to think about his fantastic videos that he entered into our tournament, full of humor and amazing accuracy. I urge you to take a look. 11th place with 44. I believe he actually cracked 50 at least once, and it was just on such a wet day with an odd angle I couldn't validate, but I know he's a master thrower that he makes light of. Very funny. 12th place, Anang Saifuddin. Talk about master martial artists. This guy out of Surakarta, Indonesia, has been demonstrating his skills for the world ever since he met some of our clubs and has extended his renown now. He was the #1 thrower, as you can see with this pink circle, using the style of no spin throwing. Really, really impressive that he was able to do that in this tournament and putting up 33 in a row. Excellent, sir. My friends and neighbors, John Grabowski from Pacifica, California, just over the hill here, a world champion. Had 1 crack at this early on and threw 31 in a row, and it stood up the entire tournament. And sure enough, here he is in 13th place. Well done, John. Marshall Mauger, Marshall Elias Dancalva out of France, came in with a very strong score, 30 in a row. Well done. Another improved score came in at the last minute, so I account's a little off here, but this is the top 20, the 30 in a row also by Leo Fiore of Verona, Italy, just before the Euro Throwers Championship begins today or tomorrow, I think, in Italy. Well done, sir. Jamie Alsance from Toronto, Ontario, Canada, a repeat offender, no, excuse me, a repeat entrant into the AIM game. Such a fantastic student of the sport, and has been doing really, really well, and increased his score numerous times to get up to the 27 in a row that he put up in the top 15. Daniel Mosley of Nottingham, England, Nottinghamshire, was our fine host in the Kata Euro World Championships of 2015. Wonderful gentleman, put up 26 in a row, capturing actually 17th place. Fantastic. In 18th place, Abusifa Saifuddin of Kolaka, Indonesia, put up this fantastic score on one of his entrants at 18th place. Also, Tono Effendi from Yogyakarta, Indonesia, 18th place with, actually 19th place, excuse me, with 24. This is because Leo Fiore came in on the very last day with his 30. He beat his personal best right at the end, which of course we were encouraging folks to try to do, and he was one who was successful in doing so. And finally, in 20th place, Mr. Dave Aldridge of Nottingham, England. Again, the host city in 2015 of World Euro Throwers Championships. So these an area that has some fine throwers. 21 in a row. Well done, sir. And so these are our top 20. They're all going into a stack. And what I'm going to do is the old-fashioned shuffle and separate. So in order to win this drawing, you're going to actually have to have your name be lucky enough to be shuffled and survive 4 separate drawings that we'll do very quickly. Along the way, the reject pile, 2 top cards on the reject pile will be awarded these throwing hearts that we will send to you as well. Cheers, here we go. So I'm going to give it a good hard shuffle here. I mean, this will take a moment, but I think you'd rather have me shuffle too many than not enough. And that is exactly what I'm going to do. Cut this deck a few times. I'm going to do a wild shuffle. This is a little abnormal. The cards are certainly all uniform, but I'm not going to try the Hollywood shuffle here, the Vegas shuffle with a windy outdoor scenario. I think my California weather seems to have clouded up a bit. At least we've got a bit of a breeze blowing. It's pretty random now. Again, I'm giving it a few extra shuffles just because random is best, right? And as the stacks were separated, if any of them end up together, the same names, being as our top 9 get 2 entries apiece, you know, that was really random for that. All right, so here we go. This will be the discard pile, this will be the keep pile. So these beanbags are coming in handy already. But without them, I would have cards blowing all over creation. Instead, we are having a nice, orderly in-games drawing. I hope all of you have been keeping an eye not only on the videos in order to learn from the AIM games, but also have been participating, as there is no score that is too low to get on the board in the top 20 if you've earned it. All right, now these cards are all out, and there is no winner here. I'm going to put a card on top there, and these are our survivors. I'm going to shuffle them up as well, and oh, we might as well share. You might as well know if you're still in it, right? Justin Fox. Neil twice. Now, what did I say about 2 cards being together? Very random, and yet there it is. James Arthur Brown, Richard Sunderland, Christopher Miller, Dave Aldridge, Tono Effendi, Andy Fisher, I believe he came up before, Charlie Hard back to back, Mr. Saifuddin, Abasifa, Saifuddin, Daniel Mosley, oh, I've got your name confused, Daniel. Ashley Jack, that's it. So good luck, everyone. And Dustin Fox, I think we already named. All right, so now the top discard from this stack will receive the blue heart. And we'll mail this to wherever you are in the world. You know you got one of the only ones out there, right? Because we're having these custom made. And we're using them as prizes. You can order them for sale if you'd like, but we haven't been selling them. We're just interested in giving them away to AIM Games competitors. We'll order more, and we'll experiment, but they may not look like this. So these hearts that you're seeing here may be one of a kinds. These may be the only ones that ended up looking like this. And that could be cool if the AIM Games continues. And just so you know, the book that we're drawing for, as I may have mentioned earlier, has a value of about $200 to $250. It's actually quite rare. This book, it's a history of the Case Knife Company, and it is a first edition complete with the original dust jacket. Quite uncommon. And here we go. This will be our discard pile as before, except the top one is going to get the blue heart. Our keepers, and here Charlie Hard of Bandung, Indonesia, wins the blue heart. Well done. Thanks. Luck is awesome, isn't it? All right. Now we're down to a much shorter pile, and these are the ones who are still in the running for the red heart and the book. That would just be Daniel Mosley, Tono Effendi, Neil Keller. Wow, it looks like we're going to be shipping this stuff off, huh? Dave Aldridge, Andy Fisher, Christopher Miller, and James Arthur Brown. Wow, I think I already said James, but that is it. That is all she wrote. So get ready for the AIM Games to truly be prize global. All right, everyone. On camera, I think we've got it. All right, here we go. Same rules as before. Receives the red heart, and we should have 3 left here, which we did. And these 3, one of them is going to win the final prize, the big book, and that is Daniel Mosley, Dave Aldridge, and Neil Keller. Good luck, all. I'm looking at the camera now. I don't even want to have a subconscious desire to know what order I'm putting these in. This is even better than doing it behind my back or something. Without looking at all, you can see that I'm doing that. All right, here we go. This is it. Discard, keep, and discard. So this is it. The winner is Dave Aldridge, Nottinghamshire, England. Our 20th place drawer ended up winning the prize drawing. Now that will teach you all to stay in the top group when there's a prize drawing, because you could end up winning the top prize in 20th place in the last qualifying position, which, by the way, Mr. Aldridge was pushed down to on the very last few hours of this tournament. Hard work pays off, ladies and gentlemen. Congratulations, sir. I look forward to tipping prize is off to you. Thanks for playing the aim games. Everyone enter K2. K2. Doesn't end until August 31st. It's live.